Well, thanks for joining us. The Russian government has denied claims from the Georgian Interior Ministry that 2 Russian fighter jets fired an air-to-surface missile on Georgian territory. Now, Georgia claimed the incident was an act of aggression. We're just hearing, indeed, that the Russian ambassador is being called in to answer questions. Well, the Interior Ministry, the Georgian ministry, said the incident happened at the village of Tsitelubani, about 65 kilometres northwest of the Georgian capital, Tbilisi. The area lies around 30 kilometres south of the breakaway region of South Ossetia. Well, the Georgians say the incident happened late on Monday. No casualties, as the missile ordnance failed to explode. Well, let's get more from our Moscow correspondent, James Rogers, who joins me live now. James, something has happened, clearly. We know that much, but flat denials all round. What do we make of it?
That's right, David. 2 absolutely conflicting accounts of this reported incident. I've just come off the phone to a spokesman for the Georgian Interior Ministry who says pretty much as the published accounts that 2 Russian jets, he was absolutely unequivocal about that, there was Russian aircraft, in his words, crossed into Georgia and fired a missile which failed to explode. He said that the experts were at the scene attempting to extract this missile from the ground. He said it was buried in the ground and they were going to try to examine it to establish where it was manufactured, what kind of missile it was and what explosives it may have contained. It didn't explode, he said, and there were no casualties. The Russians, though, for their part, have flatly denied any involvement whatsoever in the reported incident, saying their aircraft were not in the area and that their aircraft did not violate Georgian airspace.
Right, which is all pretty puzzling. Do we, or what can we draw into the fact that this is relatively close to South Ossetia?
I think that's a connection which a lot of people will be making. There are a number of tensions between Russia and Georgia, but South Ossetia in many ways is the focus of them. A breakaway region which hasn't been under the control of the Georgian central government since the early 1990s, one which receives a great deal of political support and has a lot of economic ties to Russia. And so, of course, it is a focus of the tension between the 2 countries, as naturally is Georgia's continually public stated aim to join NATO. Having said that, the 2 countries did seem to be actually having a reduction in tension between them, and there were even speculations, David, that direct flights between the 2 countries might resume after they were broken off in the autumn of last year.
OK, well, James, for now, thanks very much indeed, and what is still a slightly puzzling story there. We'll have more, of course, here on BBC World. We'll get a view as to what is going on in Asia now. There's been more street violence in East Timor. Fretilin gangs opposed to the appointment of